every 300 passengers lands and then finds out that their luggage is missing. So now Delta is using a new $50 million system to let flyers track their bags in real time. Cell phone alerts and a map shows your bag's current location. The luggage tags have a small chip which is scanned as a bag moves through the system and onto a plane. If the light turns red, it means that bag does not belong on that flight. So everyone either has their own story of losing luggage or they have a friend who has. Molly, I know that you've experienced that a couple of times.
Yes, it's an inconvenience, obviously. This was a trip where I was traveling constantly, so the luggage could never catch up with me. For me, yes, inconvenience. I think for everybody else, obviously this is going to save the airlines money, but a lot of people out there can't even afford to fly, so we do have bigger problems. But yes, it will make life easier for those passengers.
And what you said about the airline saving money, I think that's a huge point, because every time that an airline loses a bag, it costs them about $100 to ship it someplace else. 23 million lost bags last year across the world. So granted, when you work that down into the numbers, it's a very small percentage. It's like 6 out of 1,000 people actually lose their bag. But that adds up to so much money, Allie, for the airlines. $3 billion over the next 7 years they're expecting to save by trying to implement programs like this. So it's helping their bottom line.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting that they haven't come up with something like this sooner, because when you look at the way we mail things, whether it's through FedEx or UPS, there's so many ways that you can track the package that you're mailing,
you know exactly
but you
where
can't
it is.
track your luggage until just recently.
I think the biggest thing is that red light that we saw in the video.
Yeah.
If you can keep bags from getting on flights that they don't belong on, then the bags aren't going to get lost, right? Now, I think this is not going to necessarily stop bags from missing their flight, right? So if you try to load a bag up on the wrong plane and it gets rejected, is there going to be enough time to redirect it to where it belongs?
But at least you'll know where it is.
At least you'll know. I mean, having it tracked, I guess, is nice. Like, yay, I can see that my bag didn't get to my destination.
Well,
I mean, that's
yeah.
helpful, but I don't know, will this completely solve the problem? Don't know.
But I do like the idea, because if you have had to go and then talk to that person, and they're usually so kind, because it's not their fault your bag got lost, but they're trying to find it wherever it is. I think if you could hold up your app and say, I know it's in Atlanta, I know it's in Chicago, maybe that can help speed up that process a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I would like to see, look, we can use these tracking tags. I mean, the technology is pretty cool. And you think, first of all, this could be useful in the fight against terrorism, right? You're not going to get any, if you keep all the right bags on the right flight, like that could be good. But what about, like, you know, sometimes kids fly without their parents.
Sure.
Like, I'd love to see this technology used on, like, a little bracelet for a kid. Like,
yeah.
you know, there's a
know where
lot
their
of
luggage
uses
is.
for it, and it's so cheap, so it's very exciting.
You
to
put
see.
it on your husband when he's going out of town.
Don't I? Yeah, that'd be very smart. Business
I
travelers.
like it. Now you're microchipping kids. I like it.
Smart, really smart.